Meghan Markle's latest venture into the world of culinary entertainment has found itself under fire, not for its recipes, but for the way it's being served. During a recent episode of the Gutfeld Show, Tyrus and Kat Timpf pulled no punches in roasting the Duchess of Sussex's polished cooking series, questioning not only its authenticity but whether Markle herself has any business standing behind a stove. The segment was as biting as it was hilarious, offering viewers a comedic dissection of the cultural fascination and frequent failure of celebrities attempting to appear just like us. It all started with Tyrus, the former professional wrestler and one of the Gutfeld Show's regulars, who wasted no time skewering Markle's culinary credibility. With his trademark deadpan delivery, Tyrus quipped, "Does anyone actually believe Meghan Markle knows how to use a stove? I mean, she probably calls it that hot thing in the kitchen." The joke landed hard with the live audience, but Tyrus wasn't done yet. He doubled down, imagining a scenario in which Markle walks into a kitchen, looks at a frying pan, and says, "Oh, is this where you put the kale chips?" His humor struck a chord, perfectly capturing the public skepticism surrounding the former actress and royal's latest attempt to rebrand herself. Co-host Kat Timpf took the roast even further, offering her own colorful commentary. "The most seasoning Meghan has ever used is probably a single pinch of salt, and even that was probably supervised by her PR team," she joked, sparking uproarious laughter from the panel and audience. Timpf also mocked the show's overly polished aesthetic, saying it looked less like a cooking series and more like a lifestyle ad for people who have personal chefs but want to feel relatable for 5 minutes. Her biting humor was as pointed as it was entertaining, cementing the critique as both comedic gold and a sharp commentary on celebrity culture. The segment on the Gutfeld Show tapped into a larger, ongoing cultural conversation about authenticity, or the lack thereof, when it comes to celebrities stepping into the realm of ordinary activities. Whether it's cooking, crafting, or gardening, there's often a palpable disconnect between their curated efforts to seem relatable and the reality of their luxurious lives. Meghan Markle's cooking series, according to critics like Tyrus and Timpf, embodies this disconnect to an almost laughable degree. The show reportedly features Markle in a pristine kitchen with immaculate lighting and professionally plated dishes, which some have argued feels more like a staged PR campaign than a genuine passion project. The broader public reaction to Meghan Markle's cooking series highlights a cultural skepticism toward celebrities who try to position themselves as relatable through activities like cooking. For many, these efforts often feel insincere, especially when the execution is overly polished. It's not hard to see why. Markle, a former actress turned royal, lives in a world of privilege and wealth that most people can't even imagine. Seeing her try to demonstrate how to whip up a simple meal in a kitchen that probably costs more than the average home leaves viewers feeling more alienated than inspired. Tyrus and Timpf's humor resonated because it reflected what many people were already thinking: celebrities, no matter how hard they try, can rarely pull off normal. The critique wasn't just about Meghan's cooking skills, or lack thereof. It also shone a spotlight on the broader phenomenon of public figures attempting to bridge the gap between their fame and the average person's everyday life. From Chrissy Teigen's cookbooks to Gwyneth Paltrow's infamous $200 wellness smoothie, celebrities often face backlash when their attempts at relatability come off as tone-deaf or out of touch. Markle's cooking series, with its polished presentation and picture-perfect dishes, seems to have fallen into the same trap. What makes Tyrus and Timpf's critique particularly effective is how it underscores the absurdity of these efforts while still keeping the tone light and humorous. The segment also ventured into constructive criticism, albeit with a humorous twist. Both Tyrus and Timpf suggested that Markle could win over skeptics by embracing a more genuine approach. "Show us the kitchen disasters," Tyrus said. "Burn the toast, spill the spaghetti sauce, be real." Timpf chimed in, saying, "If she really wants to connect with people, she needs to ditch the 5-star production value and just film herself in sweats, struggling to make mac and cheese. That's what we want to see." The co-host's suggestions, while tongue-in-cheek, highlighted a key point: authenticity matters. In an age where audiences crave realness, especially from public figures, a little vulnerability can go a long way. The cultural fascination with celebrities attempting normalcy is nothing new. From royalty to Hollywood A-listers, there's a long history of public figures trying to show their human side, often with mixed results. But in recent years, this phenomenon has taken on a new dimension, as social media and streaming platforms have made it easier for celebrities to share curated glimpses of their lives. While some have managed to strike the right balance between aspirational and relatable, others, like Meghan Markle, have struggled to connect with audiences in a meaningful way. The humor of Tyrus and Timpf's critique lies not just in their sharp one-liners but in their ability to articulate what many viewers are already feeling. The segment resonated because it reflected the public's frustrations and doubts about celebrity culture, while also delivering a healthy dose of comedy. By calling out the absurdity of Meghan Markle's cooking series, they tapped into a shared sense of skepticism that made the satire both funny and relevant. For Markle, the takeaway from this roasting might be a tough but valuable lesson in the importance of authenticity. As Tyrus and Timpf pointed out, audiences are more likely to connect with someone who embraces their imperfections than someone who tries to project an image of unattainable perfection. A cooking series that showcases real kitchen mishaps, genuine enthusiasm, and perhaps even a collaboration with professional chefs could potentially turn skeptics into fans. For now, though, Markle's attempt to don an apron and play chef appears to have backfired, serving more as fodder for comedy than a successful rebranding effort. The public reaction to Tyrus and Timpf's roast has been overwhelmingly positive, with viewers praising their humor and sharp commentary. Social media lit up with clips from the segment, with many users echoing the co-hosts' sentiments and adding their own critiques of Markle's show. The viral nature of the segment underscores why satire works. It provides a way for people to laugh at the absurdities of celebrity culture while also engaging in a deeper conversation about authenticity and relatability. In the end, the roast of Meghan Markle's cooking series on the Gutfeld Show wasn't just a hilarious takedown. It was a reflection of the public's desire for realness in a world that often feels overly curated. Whether Markle takes the criticism to heart remains to be seen, but one thing is clear. If she wants to win over her skeptics, she'll need to swap the polished production for a little more authenticity. Until then, her cooking series will likely remain more of a punchline than a palate pleaser.